Hi, my name is Joseph Lamb, and I am the writer-director of the film The Best Man.
I gotta know, what have you been up to during these last few years?
Well, since I last saw you, I graduated from Quinnipiac University and then went on to the New York Film Academy in Los Angeles to get my master's in filmmaking. Part of getting my MFA was that I had to create a short film in which I developed the film The Best Man. We just premiered the film at Warner Brothers Studios. It was a huge success. It was a great night filled with friends and family, and everyone came out to show their support. The cast and crew came. It was a really amazing experience.
What is this movie about?
So The Best Man is a film about the relationship between two brothers when one of them finds out that the younger brother is gay. And the problem that arises isn't the fact that the older brother is some homophobic person, it's the fact that he feels lied to or betrayed by his younger brother for not telling him for so long.
Talk about the relationship between you and your brother. How did it work its way into this movie?
So when I first came out to my brother, I was actually only a few months away from the production of the film, so it was really scary for at least over a year, where he knew I was making this film, yet he did not know what the film was about, in fact. So there came a point where I had to eventually just tell him and be honest. And it was really hard and scary for me at first, but ever since I did tell him, he was very embracive and accepting, and everything you actually would want when coming out to someone.
On a more personal note, I'd like to congratulate you for having the courage to come out recently. I wanted to know, what was this experience like, and what kind of role did this play in the movie?
When I was coming out, I guess I had this assumption of how people would react. Similar to my character in the story, he had this assumption of how his brother would come out. And, you know, a lot of the fear that comes with coming out, we'll say, is more of how you'll be perceived by the ones you loved. So I had that translated into my film between the two brothers, with the younger brother Leo, whose greatest fear was that he would lose his older brother by telling him his greatest secret.
What was it like to direct this film?
Ooh, directing. That was really fun, actually, and very scary at the same time. So the directing process was quite an experience for me. I found it to be challenging, yet educational at the same time. My directing style is I rely a lot on my team, so it was a huge collaborative experience for me. You know, I took advice from everyone, from my producers to DP, even the talent, my talented actors. You know, if they had a question or idea about why their character did a certain action or the way they react, you know, I really took it into consideration. And I really thought that the whole process was a teamwork effort, because it really is. I mean, you're working with, you know, 20 to 30 people on the short film set. I had, you know, over 20 to 30 extras on this project. I had friends helping me out. So it was a really big team effort, and I really couldn't have done it without them. It was my first ever time directing on a scale that large. It was very different, it was new, it was exciting, it was scary all at the same time. You know, writing, you know, like coming up with the idea for this film, to writing it down, to getting notes, to rewriting, and then rewriting even more, to then, you know, casting for it, and then getting the right actors for it, rehearsaling a million times, like driving out to a bunch of different locations, getting the permits, getting the insurance. We did have a few hiccups along the way, but in all, I would say directing was probably one of the second or third greatest moments of my life, aside from coming out and graduating school. It was interesting the first day of filming, though, when everyone was setting up and I was just taking it all in. And even, it was actually kind of funny, because the first two scenes we were running, you know, when the actors were all ready and the sound was rolling and the camera was all set and in position, you know, and you're waiting for the director to yell action, I was just so used to not being the director that I actually was really quiet until my friend nudged me and was like, "Joey." I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, action." And so it was quite the experience that I really hope to do again in my life and in my career.
Do you have any upcoming projects that we should look out for?
Yes, I actually have 2 feature films developed and written. If I get the money for it, then yes, you will be seeing it eventually. But as of right now, I'm gonna be talking to investors and hopefully pitching it to some people who I hope would get it running.
Where can people go to find your movie?
So right now, the film is actually entering the festival circuit, so for me to qualify for some of these, I cannot show it publicly. So as of right now, I can send you a private link on YouTube or the private link on Vimeo as well.
To everyone else at WoBistDude, check out the website for more. Thank you, Joey, for doing this interview, and I look forward to seeing your film.